What's going on, everybody? Kriddle here, back again with another Fortnite Save the World weapon review. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there. This time we're going to be talking about the Stalwart Squire. If you do not already have this weapon, you can come over here to the item shop and you can grab one of these winter llamas by getting some tickets by doing missions. This is a limited time llama, so get it while you can. But it is a legendary weapon, so you do have to get a little bit lucky to get the legendary version. If you do get an epic version of it, you can perk that up by coming over here and buying out your legendary legendary flux right here. So make sure you grab those as well, just in case you do not get lucky and you get a legendary version of it. But let's jump over here to the schematic and take a look at it. This one right here is mine. I have it leveled up to a 106 Shadow Shard. This is a crit heavy weapon. If, as you can see right here, I have mine based on crit. It's 51.5% crit chance with a 525% crit damage. This is because I am currently using Raptor Raider and Rabbit Raider as two of my characters in my current setup. But you can choose to go a couple different ways with this weapon. But I do think that this is probably the best way to go, as you do get that crazy high crit damage. I also chose to go with the 6 perk of on crit regain 2.64% of damage dealt as shields. There are some other ones that you could potentially go with. There's a 3.5% shield on every shot fired, which is also a good way to go. But because this is such a crit heavy weapon, I decided to go with the crit regain. But let's take a look at possible options here. If you look right here, we got the crit rating. You could go with reload speed. It does have a fairly slow reload speed at 2.7 seconds, but again, I'm building mine for crit because of these other crit options down here. Durability, generally never the good way to go, because once you destroy the weapon, you can always just craft another one. But you could go damage if you wanted to get a little bit more consistent damage and not that necessarily very high crit damage. But because it's a 51% chance, that's pretty good. That's an additional, 250, whatever it is, 260 something percent more damage pretty much every shot. So every other shot. So it's really nice to have this as a crit weapon. If you do go with damage here, you might want to go with damage again here, damage again here, and then damage again here. You can put 4 damage perks on this weapon if you wanted to. But again, that would only increase your damage by 120% across the board. This technically increases your damage by over 250% because it's 525% at a 50% chance. Other options here, again, would be reload speed, impact damage. It does have a fairly high impact for a shotgun, but going impact on it does not seem to be necessary. If this weapon crits, it pretty much kills everything. As far as your element is concerned, you can go with whatever element you want. I went with energy because I don't use a lot of shotguns. This is a one-stop shop for me. And I would just grab this shotgun, go into a mission, and use it instead of having 3 different shotguns with different elements. If it were an assault rifle, I would probably have one of each different element and go with it that way. But I chose energy for mine. You could also go physical, or if you like to use a lot of shotguns and you already have one that is water, nature, or fire, you might want to go with a different one so you get to spread that out a little bit and get one of each different element. Again, here you could go with damage. You could also go with another impact, so you could have an additional 120% impact on the weapon if you wanted to. Again, that's not really that necessary, but you could stagger some of the larger husks pretty quickly with that additional bonus down here. And then down here, you could go with the Mist Monster if you wanted this to be a Mist Monster killer. You could go with the damage if you wanted just to have the more consistent damage. And then crit rating here if you did not get crit rating up here. So you could, well, actually, you do want to have crit rating up here because it does not have the option for critical damage up here. So you do want to go crit rating here and then crit damage, crit damage, crit damage. So let's go take a look at the characters I will be using to test this weapon out, and then we'll jump into a mission. So if you come over here to Hero, hero loadout. I do have a double Raider set up here. So I've got Raptor Raider as my primary hero. I've got Rabbit Raider to give me an additional critical rating on shotguns. And then I have double Agent here, which is just what I generally put in for most soldiers when I play them to get that cluster bomb feature. The main reason I'm using Raider is because he gets bonus damage from shotguns and increased 24% here, plus the 10% from rage weapons here at the top that all soldiers get. And then down here, right here, he gets an increased 70% critical damage on top of, you know, the 3 times 135 that we're already getting, plus the base of the weapon. So let's go jump into a mission and see how this thing works out. All right, so here we are all loaded up. I've got the Stalwart Squire equipped. And as you can see, it's got a very large reticle on here. So anything inside of that, you're going to be able to hit like a truck with this thing because of the high critical damage. The drop off on it, however, if you get right up on it, you can see that we're doing 700 damage right there, 700 damage again. So we're doing the high damage as you get right there next to it. Step back a little bit and that damage drops off considerably. We're doing 480 here. Step back a little bit further and you know, your damage starts to drop off relatively quickly. So you do want to make sure that you are right up in their face. The good thing about this, though, is that we do have the critical damage giving us shields, so that if we are right up in something's face, we do get some of those shields back, as they will be probably dealing damage to us as well. So let's go take a look and see how this thing performs in a little bit of combat. All right, so here is a small group right here. We got a blaster in this group as well. So 1 shot on that guy. 1 shot on the blaster, 2 shots on the blaster, and he is gone. That second shot just absolutely annihilated him. Let's hide behind this tree for a second, and then we'll pop out, and we'll go see if we can get this blaster in 1 hit. I don't know if it'll work, but 1 hit on that blaster. So this thing absolutely packs a punch when it crits, but we really need to find a smasher to see if we can test it out and see how much damage it really does. All right, we've got ourselves a smasher here. Let's see how many shots it takes to take him out. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, and almost got him with that that second crit. So almost 2 crits on there would take this thing out. So I do want to also note that you do not have to worry about hitting headshots with this weapon. Body shots and headshots alike do the same amount of damage, so you don't have to worry about that. But let's take out a couple more guys, and then let's go talk about the final thoughts on this weapon. All right, so that's it. That is the Stalwart Squire. It is a fantastic weapon, and my final verdict on this is I would definitely buy it. If you like playing Raider, if you like using shotguns, this definitely is a weapon for you. I would definitely perk it up the way that I did with the single crit rating and the triple crit damage. You could also go with the quad damage on there. It's another way to go to get a little bit more consistent damage per shot, but I liked having the high crit damage on there and being able to take out pretty much every husk in the game with a single shot except for smashers. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you like the content that I'm putting out here, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you get more updates of when I send out new information. I also do stream this game and other games quite often on Twitch at twitch.tv/KriddleCraddle. And if you would like, you could come in and grab this weapon or any other weapon in the game. I will make it for you so that you can try it out before you go and spend all that time perking it, leveling it, and doing all those things. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.